Hello everyone, and welcome to Butterfly Dreams Crochet. My name is Jeannie, and today we're going to do a little bit different for our craft along on Mondays. What I'm fixing to do is give you part one, which will be the base of this. I'm going to call this a hook holder. You can put your hooks in it, you can put your scissors in it, whatever you want to keep in it. So we're going to do this part here on camera. I am asking that you have at least the base done before the live tomorrow night, which is Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we can at least have this part out of the way. Then we will work on this and the part that you see here on the inside on the live. Now I found this at Hobby Lobby. It was $2. It was 50% off, so I paid $1 for it. You can get these. They do come in smaller sizes, or you can use these to cut them for the size that you need. This is 4.5 inches, so I'm going to make mine to fit this, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than this one, which will be fine. It'll just hold more stuff, right? And you'll also need a sheet of the plastic canvas to cut in a strip to roll up and put inside of it. And I will show y'all all that tomorrow night on the live. But I'm also going to be doing a part 2 where I actually make this part 1. Then I'm going to do a part 2 where I show where I'm recording all of this and everything else. That way, after the live ends, if you're not able to complete it on the live, you can go and watch the tutorial on how to complete it. That's how I'm going to change things up a little bit. So, I'm going to be using some scrap cotton. This one I'm going to do in cotton yarn. I'm going to be using a 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. Now you can use whatever size hook that you want to use. It does not matter. You will need a stitch marker of your choice. And I'm going to use this one because it's just easier to get in and out. Right there. So, to start it off, we're going to make a magic circle. Now this is how I make mine. Now y'all make y'all's whichever way you're used to making them. And I chain slip stitch and I tighten that up to kind of form a little knot. Then I chain 1. Now I am going to work 6 single crochets into this circle. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can count them to make sure. Each little V on the top counts as 1 stitch. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That chain 1 does not count as anything. Now what you want to do is grab that tail and pull it tight and close it up. We're going to go right into that first single crochet. Depends on how tight you crochet. It could be a little difficult to get in there. And I like to snug my yarn up on my hook once I get into that first one. We're not slip stitching. I inserted into the first single crochet. And I got 2 loops on my hook. We're going to wrap our yarn and we're going to pull through both loops. That's our first single crochet. This is where we're going to put our stitch marker, right there. We're going to go right back into that same single crochet and we're going to work 1 more single crochet. Just like that. And we're going to continue putting 2 single crochets in every single crochet till we get to our stitch marker. And when we get back around there, we should have 12 single crochets total. And I'm going to sew over this tail as I go. So that is 1, back into that same single crochet, 2, go to the next single crochet and put 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, insert into the next single crochet and work 2 single crochets, insert into the next single crochet and work 2 single crochets. And in your last single crochet, put 2 single crochets. And we are back to our stitch marker. Remove your stitch marker. Insert your hook into that single crochet where you removed your stitch marker and pull up a loop and work a single crochet. Put that stitch marker back into that first single crochet you just made. Now we're going to work 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. So this is our first single crochet. We got our stitch marker. We're going to now put 2 single crochets in the next single crochet. And I'm going to continue working over that tail. So that is 1 and 2. 1 single crochet into the next single crochet. 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. And that is our repeat until we get back to our stitch marker. So continue doing that pattern of 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. Once you get back to your stitch marker, this stitch right here before your stitch marker, you will work 2 single crochets and you will have a total of 18 single crochets. See you at the stitch marker. Okay, so I made it back to my stitch marker. I worked my 2 single crochets into that last single. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and every increase row that we do, you should always end with 2 single crochets. If you don't, count your stitches and make sure they're right. If not, you're going to have to back it up and figure out where you got messed up at. So we have 18 single crochets. We're going to remove our stitch marker. And we're going to put 1 single crochet into that single crochet. And if you said put your stitch marker back, you're absolutely right. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet into the next single crochet. This one where we put our stitch marker in always counts as our first single crochet of every row. So we worked 1 and 2. Now we're going to put 2 single crochets into that next stitch. So 1 and 2. 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And that is your repeat around. 1 single crochet into the next 2, 2 single crochets in the next one. So continue to repeat that around till you get to your stitch marker. Remember, 2 goes right there before the stitch marker. I'll see you at the stitch marker. Okay, I'm at my stitch marker, and you should have 24 single crochets on this row. At the end, we are increasing. Every row we do, we're increasing by 6. So we're on 24 singles now. The next row we will end with 30 single crochets. I'm going to go ahead and remove my stitch marker, and we're going to continue with round 5. Alright, same as we've been doing. 1 single crochet right there where that stitch marker was at, and remember that counts as our first single crochet. Put that stitch marker back in there. Now we will work 1 single crochet over the next 2 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And my yarn wants to get tangled up here. Never fails until I do a tutorial. It wants to mess up on me. Let me get this untangled and I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. So for this round we're going to be working 1, 2, 3 singles, 1 in the next 3 single crochets, and in the next single crochet we're going to work 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. So we're going to put 1 single crochet into the next 3 and then 2 singles into the next single crochet. So this is 1, 2, 3, then 2 into the next single, 1 and 2. So repeat that all the way around. 1 single crochet into the next 3 singles, then 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. And when you get back here to your stitch marker, 2 single crochets goes into that very last stitch before your stitch marker, and you will have a total of 30 single crochets. Alright, I made it here to my stitch marker. I counted my stitches and I do have 30 single crochets in the round. On the next round we will increase by 6, giving us a total of 36. Like we've been doing, remove that stitch marker and work 1 single crochet into that first single crochet. Yep. Put that stitch marker back. So in the previous row we worked 1 single crochet in the first 3 single crochets and then did an increase. This round we're going to work 1 single crochet into the next 4. Remember this counts as our first one. So we want to work 1 single crochet into the next 3. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Increase in the next single crochet, so put 2 single crochets into that stitch. Work 1 single crochet over the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll do an increase in the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now put 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way around again till you get back to your stitch marker, where your last stitch before your stitch marker will have 2 single crochets. I'll meet you at the stitch marker. Okay, at the end of round 6 you should have 36 single crochets, and another way that you can keep up with your stitch count is by every row increases by 6. So 6 rows times 6 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. So on the next round we will increase 6, which will give us 42 single crochets. So go ahead and remove your stitch marker. We just finished by doing 4 single crochets in the first 4, 1 single crochet in the first 4, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. With this round we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5, and then we'll do an increase. So this is our first single crochet. So this is 1. Stop and put your stitch marker back there. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the next one, work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. In the next 5, work 1 single crochet, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in the next single crochet, work 2 single crochets. So that is your repeat all the way around. You will work 1 single crochet in the next 5 single crochets, and then you will work 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. Do that until you get back around to your little stitch marker, and I'll meet y'all back at the end. Alright, so I made it here to my stitch marker. I have 42 single crochets. We're going to keep going because I want to make it at least 4.5 inches, because that's what these little discs are. So we're going to keep going around in the rounds. So next will be row 8, and 8 times 6 equals 48. We just increased by going 1 single crochet in the first 5 singles, and then we did an increase. So on this round, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets. Then we will work an increase into the next single crochet. So remember, our first single crochet counts as our first single crochet, but we put our stitch marker back in it. Now work 1 single crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And increase into the next single crochet. And I got another yarn barf. Maybe this one won't be. Nope, it wasn't bad. So now we're increasing by 2. Work 1 single crochet into the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in the next single crochet, work an increase. 1 and 2. 1 single crochet into the next 6 single crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6, and work 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Continue that till you get to the end of your stitch marker, and you should have 48 single crochets. Alright, so I made it back around, and you will have 48 single crochets at the end of row 8. Moving on to row 9, we're now going to put 1 single crochet into the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will work 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Remember, the first single crochet counts as a stitch. So this is our first one, and we need to work 7. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Increase into the next single crochet. So that is 1 and 2, all in the same stitch. Work 1 single crochet over the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. work 1 increase in the next stitch. So put 2 single crochets in the next single crochet, and that is what you will repeat all the way around. So in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you will work single crochets, and in the next stitch you will work 2 single crochets. Just repeat that all the way around. This is row 9. So 9 times 6 is 54. So when you get to the end, you will have 54 single crochets. Alright, I made it to my stitch marker. I'm completed row 9 and I have 54 single crochets. We're going to continue working round 10. We just did row 9 by working 7 single crochets and then an increase. So this time we're going to work 8 single crochets and then do an increase. So this is our first single crochet right here. Place that stitch marker back in it. And now we're going to work 7 more for a total of 8. So this is our first one. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we will do an increase. So 1 and 2. Work 1 single crochet over the next 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an increase. And this will be our repeat all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now increase. So 1 and 2, all in the same space. Repeat that all the way around, and when you get to the end of row 10, you should have 60 single crochets. Okay, so this is what it's looking like now on my disc. So we're going to do one more increase row, and then we'll do our last row with just a single crochet row. So we have 60 single crochets right now. We're going to move on to row 11, and with row 11 we're going to increase by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll work 1 single crochet in the first 9, and then we're going to work an increase. At the end of row 11 we will have 66 single crochets. So let's go ahead and remove our stitch marker and work our first single crochet into that first single crochet and put our stitch marker back in place. Now we want a total of 9 single crochets. So now we're going to work over the next 8 single crochets for a total of 9. So this is our first one. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then work an increase. So 2 single crochets into the next single crochet. 1 single crochet into the next 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Work 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So continue that all the way around till we get back to our stitch marker, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I made it to the end of row 11 and I have 66 single crochets. This is what it looks like on my little round disc right now, which is perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simply work 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Y'all ready? Alright, let's remove that stitch marker, but don't throw it away. And your first single crochet and put that stitch marker back in its place. And just simply work one single crochet all the way around till you get back to your stitch marker. And I will meet you when I've made it around to my stitch marker. Alright, so I've made it to the end where my stitch marker's at. I have worked one single crochet in every stitch around. I know it looks like a little octagon right now, but I promise you it will become round. Now what we're going to do, this is going to be our base. Now what we're going to do, and this will be the last row that I do with you for this part. And then we will work the base of it, the body of it, on the live Monday. So now what we're going to do is we're going to simply work one single crochet around every single crochet, but we're going to be working in the back loop only. Now if you take a little closer look at your stitches, if you look here where our stitch marker's at, you see these two little legs right up there at the top that form a V right here. This one right here is considered the front loop. This one right here is considered the back loop. So we're going to be working into that back loop only, one single crochet all the way around. And what that's going to do is when we start working the base of the hook holder, it will make it come up, and this will be on the inside with this in the bottom, just like that. So your right side will be on the outside. So go ahead and remove your stitch marker. Again, don't throw it away. And go into the back loop, this loop right here, just like that, and work a single crochet. Put your stitch marker back in that first single crochet and continue in that back loop only, working one single crochet all the way around. Just kind of fold this up a little bit where you can see your V's on top and go right through there, picking up that back loop only, and just work a single crochet. So continue that all the way around till you get back to your stitch marker. And then we will pick this up for the body portion of it on the live Monday. And once I get around here to the end, I'll meet back up with y'all. Alright, so I have made it back, and you can see now we have this little ridge right here where we worked into the back loop only. This brought the front loop forward and made that little effect to our project right there. And what this is going to do is raise this up like this, and we will build from this row of single crochets up, just like that. That's how it will sit, like a little bowl. It's like we're forming a bowl. So y'all will not see this piece again until tomorrow night, where we get ready to do the stitch that we're going to be doing for the body of the book holder. Now I'm going to place a stitch marker right there just so my stitches don't work loose, and I'm going to leave my stitch marker in my first single crochet there as well. So I will see y'all tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. and we will make this beautiful, easy hook holder, pin holder, whatever you want to call it. You can put stuff in it. I actually set this little fake little flower that I have here. It fits perfect inside of it, and you don't see the little flower pot that it was sitting in, but instead you see what I crocheted. So please try to have this made before the live begins tomorrow evening. That way we won't spend all night trying to get this done. But yes, work your increase rows. Now if you're familiar with how to do increases and make a circle, by all means do it whichever way you want to do it. This is just how I do mine. I know some people don't like doing it like this because it takes on like a little octagon shape, but in the end it all balances out and becomes a circle. So I will see y'all tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Thank y'all so very much. And again, I'm not going to use this one. I am working on another one in a different color. So part 2 of this will be done in a different yarn and a different color. It's actually going to be done in Red Heart Super Saver Ombre using the purple colors. But you will work it the same with whatever yarn you plan on using tomorrow night. I will also leave in the description box down below what you will need. This can be done using any yarn. Does not matter. It can be scrap yarn. Does not take a lot of yarn to make. You can use any size hook that you want. Just know that the smaller the hook, the tighter your stitches is going to be. And the bigger the hook, the looser your stitches will be. And you may have some holes and gaps, which it really is not going to make a difference because we are going to use plastic canvas on the inside of it as well. But you don't want to have too big of holes on the outside because you'll be able to see this through the outside. So, hope to see y'all tomorrow night. I'm fixing to get this uploaded for y'all so y'all can go ahead and get started working on it. And then I will go ahead and post my live schedule for tomorrow as well. See y'all tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you all there. And until then, remember to keep smiling. Always be kind to one another. And if you don't have anything nice to say, then just don't say nothing at all. Spread love, peace, joy, and happiness all across this world. Continue to connect with one another one chain at a time. And let's just be friendly, nice, and happy to one another. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow night.